In Parliament today, various MPs took issue with non-constituency MP Leong Man Wai's remarks during the debate on the third supplementary supply bill.
In his speech, Mr. Leong questioned the need for the rise of various taxes and costs, including MediShield Life premiums, electricity tariffs and ERP.
It is crucial that our population has unshakable faith in the government to lead them. However, the government does not inspire confidence by hastily increasing taxes and fees while at the same time pledging COVID-19 support measures. Our population could view this act as giving with one hand and taking with the other.
Mr. Leong went on to describe Singapore Power as a monopolist that did not generate electricity but earned billions of dollars when they announced the raising of electricity tariffs for the fourth quarter of 2020. He added that these were costs that could have been absorbed instead of being passed on to consumers.
Well, Second Minister for Manpower and Trade and Industry Tan See Leng took issue with the suggestion that SP was being opportunistic when they raised electricity tariffs. He clarified that the hike was primarily due to fuel costs and that SP did not directly benefit from the increase in tariffs.
I guess I'm a bit disappointed in a sense that, I'm past my 50-year mark, and in all my 50-odd years, this is the first time I've seen the government spending so much to support all of us here in this country. Now,
others who expressed concern at his statements included MP Cheryl Chan and Senior Minister of State for Transport Chee Hong Tat. They responded by explaining SP's ability to pass on costs and whether the government should be involved in the building of the future economy.
Well, let's bring in political correspondent Lynette Lai to help us digest what the MPs brought up. Lynette, first, before we get into what happened in Parliament today, could you first summarize what this debate is about and what we can expect for the rest of today as well as tomorrow?
So to set a bit of context, last week, Deputy Prime Minister Heng Swee Keat delivered a ministerial statement which summarized Singapore's fiscal position and its strategies to tackle the crisis. So this set the context for the third supplementary supply bill, and today and tomorrow we will see MPs debating the bill. They'll be raising questions, they'll be making proposals, and finally DPM Heng will be rounding everything up.
Right. Now, Lynette, earlier we showed short clips of the exchange between opposition MP Leong Man Wai and Tan See Leng. Now, he's the Second Minister for Trade and Industry and Manpower. What were the notable proposals or questions raised for you?
So, like you mentioned earlier, I think Mr. Leong's broader point was why certain tax and fee hikes have to take place now when the economy is not in good shape. So it was not just about electricity tariffs, but also MediShield Life premium increases, things like that. And like you said, it led to quite an interesting exchange. There were also some questions on more big picture issues. So, for example, Mr. Liang Eng Hwa, who chairs the Government Parliamentary Committee for Finance and Trade and Industry, he opened the debate and he asked questions about, for example, payment milestones for development projects that are coming up, how Singapore can afford this if our revenue situation remains weak.
Right. Well, also on the subject of notable proposals, we were discussing briefly off-air, and we thought that what Mr. Melvin Yong said about the right to disconnect was pretty interesting. What are your thoughts on that?
So I think it's a topic that's come up a lot in the past few months. As everyone works from home, some people have found that it's quite hard to disconnect when your work and your personal life begins to blur into each other. So in that sense, it is very important. It helps you maintain some of their work-life separation. But at the same time, another thing that we've been talking about is flexible working hours. And I think part of that may involve also doing work outside your normal working hours. What I mean is, for example, if during the day you take 1 or 2 hours off to pick up your kids from school, to run errands, prepare dinner, it only makes sense that you make up for it later at night when normally you would not be working. But I think, the idea maybe blackout hours where, it's not reasonable for you to expect people to be checking their emails at midnight. And that's the kind of mentality we should have.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Lynette, for coming onto the show to speak with us. That was political correspondent at the Straits Times, Lynette Lai. Now, you can read all about today's Parliament proceedings at straitstimes.com.